let's go on and talk about the Grand Archivist. He's an 8 mana for 7. That's shit. Vita TV, thank you for your subscriptions and welcome to the community, my friend. And he says, at the end of your turn, cast a spell from your deck. Targets chosen randomly. Is that good or bad? To be fair, is that good or bad? We would have to play a deck where it only benefits us. Or only play the card when it only benefits us. Let's say you play Grand Archivist, you have a Flame Strike in the deck. Huh. Let's say you play Grand Archivist and you have 2 Free from Amber in the deck. Holy Nova. Devour Mind. Okay, the card is not good. Point made. But what if you play like some kind of control priest? Really, you know? Free from Amber, Devour Minds, something like that. Spells you only benefit from. There's no downside. No, Pyroblast could hurt yourself, guys. Consag, Lay on Hands. I mean, Lay on Hands, it doesn't matter. You just want to have the 3 cards, righty? Huh. Also, guys, keep in mind, you can play them when the board is empty. So let's say if you play double Spike Ridge Steed. You play that dude, end of turn, Spike Ridge Steed goes on him because the enemy has no minion. I think the effect is good. Okay? The effect is good. All in all, it's I think all in all it's fine, but it's not crazy. Okay? So what I like about the Grand Archivist is Ultimate Infestation. What's the worst thing that happens? You hit your own face, you get 5 armor back, you draw 5 cards, and you get a 5/5 minion. So, you know? So I'm not saying the card is probably not going to be played, but I think it could be nice in Arena. It could be nice in Arena. Maybe you're going to see it in some YOLO constructed deck. The spell's random. No, at the end of turn, cast a spell from your deck. It's going to be a random spell from your deck with target chosen randomly. So yeah. Conclusion, card is YOLO. We can build a meme deck with it. I don't think it's going to be a main card that will be played. I will draft it in Arena, though. You know, I think it's a meme card, Arena card, and just to have some fun, we need those cards in Hearthstone. Thank you. Then we're having a new Mage card. It's called Arcane Artificer. Whenever you cast a spell, gain armor equal to its cost. 1 mana, 1/2. First thought that pops in my head, it's an elemental. You could gain some armor against aggro decks. You could play it with a you can play with Flame Strike. You can play it with Solia, Inkmaster Solia. You lose some HP, you gain some armor, so why not? New Freeze Mage cards I get. I think he could be nice in an Elemental Mage because you know what the Elemental Mage always had for a problem? That you could burn it down. It had no heal. So this Arcane Artificer is like bonus heal. He replaces the Flame Spirit, you know, 1/2 Flame Spirit, kind of gets replaced by Arcane Artificer because you can drop him on 1, you can drop him later game. He's still an elemental to actually build up the elemental chain, but on top of that, he can also save you for several, you know, turns with a Fireball, with a Flame Strike, with a Fireline's Portal. Gives you 7 armor. So that's like the thing. It's like a heal, a late game heal. And that's pretty nice. Let's go for this is definitely nice. I think this is gonna revolution Elemental Mage and make it more viable because it's like a heal. Then we have Sonya Shadow Dancer. but what does the card say? It's a 3 mana 2/2, which reads after friendly minion dies, add a 1/1 copy to your hand. It costs 1. You could play that with Quest Rogue. You can play that with actually any card. So you can play an aggressive rogue, okay, with a lot of battle cry effects. As a 7 agent, pirate, you know, patches. Can even play that with Jade cards. You know, you play turn 2, the Jade dude. Then you play Sonya Shadow Dancer, trade them all in, and then you make 1 mana battlecry effects. So you can either play this rushy, you can play this in a complete normal combo deck, because whatever card you trade in, getting an Auctioneer for 1, getting a Vile Spine for 1, whatever. Obviously, Sonya kind of seems like, hey, you should play her when you have a lot of minions out. That's my first thought, because you obviously want to have a lot of minions to get back and use them, right? So all in all, yes, it's a nice addition to Prince Kelith's Tempo Rogue. Okay, Prince Kelith's Tempo Rogue profits from this tremendously. Quest Rogue could also profit from this. Problem with Quest Rogue is you need her early to actually make Quest Rogue good. So if she might be the only thing that actually goes for it, nah. Vijaya, as I said, Jade Rogue, definitely viability. Maybe some new rogue archetype that we don't know of yet. But all in all, she seems for me like an auto-include in rogue because she has no downside. You have a 4-drop out, you have a 5-drop out, you have Van Cleef out. You play Sonya, you trade the minion in, you get the card back. Next turn, you could play a charged minion to get that back again. I mean, what you can do is, and this sounds crazy. What happens if you play Sonya, patches, 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 patches? So you could go for a board clear with 7 patches, for example. Just saying. So I think she's all in all a good card. You can have some fun with. I can't really ransom or put together all the possible combos. Arcane Giants too. You could play her together with a Vanish. Play Sonya Shadow Dancer, trade some minions and get some copies. Vanish, clear the board. Next turn, play all the copies for 1. Or play Sonya Shadow Dancer, trade in the whole board, get all the copies. Prep, Vanish, boom, pump all the copies out for 1. Get a lot of battlecry effects, go crazy. With a Van Cleef, for example. So there's all interesting stuff that I kind of like. It's definitely a possibility to use her, and I think she will be used a lot. She might be the new gut to have to craft rogue card. Usually it was Van Cleef, like you gotta have Van Cleef. Van Cleef is too good. But now we have Sonya Shadow Dancer. She might definitely be a neat addition to so many rogue decks I could think about. Even in Wild, Mech Rogue. In case you forgot Mech Rogue, it's an amazing deck and even get only stronger. So Mech Rogue, for example, profits from Sonya Shadow Dancer a lot too. She's overall a good card, and I think it's gonna be fun to play with her. Thumbs up for Sonya Shadow Dancer. After a friendly minion dies. No. Friendly minion. She's not a friendly minion. She's herself. So no, she doesn't go back to your hand, else that would make her OP. You know? So, after your opponent plays a minion, deal 6 damage to it and any excess to their hero. That's interesting. That's really interesting. That's pretty strong. As if Secret Mage wasn't strong already. Dude, that's no. That's like a snipe, only stronger. Especially, you'll just play the Apprentice, turn 3, get a turn 3 explosive runes. Your opponent tries to counter with a minion, boom, it explodes, face damage. You play Mana Worm. You play, I don't know, dude, this is no. Secret Mage is just gonna be so annoying. I just see Secret Elemental Tempo Mage, Secret Tempo Mage, Tempo Secret and Tempo Mage. There's gonna be pain in the arse. That one card. I mean, Tempo Mage was, guys, Secret Tempo Mage was good. Is good. But now it's crazy. Because you were always playing mirror entities. But mirror entities weren't really good. You were playing counterspells. They were okay. But now you have explosive runes. What does excess stand for? Let me explain it for the Germans. He plays a 3/3 minion. The minion gets 3 damage. 3 damage left over that goes to the face. So excess damage, übriger Schaden, goes to the face. That's kind of what is meant there. If he plays a 5 minion, he takes 1 to the face. That's gonna be crazy. I like it. Yeah. What about Quest Mage? Quest Mage doesn't need it. Combinations. It's always about what would this use for Quest Mage? Nothing. Tempo Mage profits from it a lot. Malygos Explosive Runes Mage Ink. Not impossible, but Malygos would have to stay around alive to trigger it. You know what I mean? So you have Explosive Runes out, you play Malygos. Malygos, like, if he plays then a minion, it's good. But what if he just kills Malygos straight up? So can really go for buy. What if the enemy minion has Divine Shield? Sarabin. Really good point there. If the enemy minion has Divine Shield, nothing happens. 6 damage vanishes. Good call. Good call. Divine Shield minions will survive this completely because Divine Shield takes all the damage. No, it's not going to be 0 damage and then 6 to the face. It's going to be 6 damage into the minion. Nothing happens. That's how it's most likely going to work. I can pretty much assure you. So really great card. Really annoying. I'm really annoyed seeing that card already. Going to be tricky to play against Mage again. Secret Eater cards might be an opportunity. Hopefully they bring out a new Secret Eater card, like a new ooze. That would be interesting to see. How about both or whatever it is that takes damage the hero would take? Both would take the 6. Straight up. We're going to be going over to the Paladin card. It's Lesser Pearl Spellstone. Summon a 2/2 spirit with taunt. Seems okay, but as we know, all the spellstones have more effects, right? So you can also summon for 2 mana for 4 minion with taunt, or for 2 mana a 6/6 minion with taunt. That's good. Okay, you just have to heal for 6 in total. I mean, True Silver Champion heals you for 2 and for 2, so that would be 1 upgrade, and then you just need another heal, 2 mana, 6/6 taunt. Seems for me a valid option for Highlander Paladin, for Control Paladin. I don't actually see a downside for it. 2 mana, 2/2 taunt would be okay. 4 mana, 2 mana, 4/4 taunt is even crazier. So I think Control Paladin will be a fucking pain in the butt. Okay, so I think this card is absolutely decent. For Control Paladin, I see no downside. You will play heals. You will play Lay on Hands for card draw. No, I don't see a single downside of this card. I don't see a single reason to not play it. If you get it on turn 2 and you play against aggro and you badly need a taunter, worst case scenario, it's a 2/2/2/2. Ragnaros shouldn't trigger it twice. If I remember right, one card can only once upgrade. That's how I understood it. So if you have a card that heals for 6, it's one card that heals for 6. Liking the new cards so far. There are some really good ones. There are some really fun ones. I see potential for a good place. I see potential for longer games, interesting games, more combo-oriented games. But I've also seen some broken cards already that might ruin the game fun or force decks in a certain direction again that I find unhealthy. I can't say that though far. I gotta see how things play out. I'm mildly concerned. I will join the dark side of Duskbringer and Dragon Priest. All in all, we'll see where it develops into. It's definitely going to be a funny, bumpy ride. You need Spellstone in hand to trigger the upgrade? Yes. If you have 3 cards that restore 1 health, that's fine. They will upgrade the Pearl Spellstone. As I said, you have Pearl Spellstone in hand, True Silver Champion, 2 hits, upgrade for Pearl Spellstone. Okay. Good card. Will definitely see play in Constructed. Will definitely see play in Arena. Not a meme card. Unhealthy like Rogue Quest. I think nothing will be unhealthy like Rogue Quest, but certain cards might force the meta in a more aggro-ish direction or in a certain deck direction that I do not want to see. We'll see if my concerns get like proven right or wrong in the end. Cyrenia, wonderful good morning. You sound a bit sick. No, I don't. A lesser ruby spellstone. A 2-mana spellstone. I like the spellstone synergy, by the way. It just excites me. Add 1 random mage spell to your hand. Play 2 elementals to upgrade. And then you can add 2 mage spells to your hand or 3. Hello? Knock, knock. Why would I play card draw anymore? You know? 3 mana, draw 2 cards. No. So this is like, yeah. I'll just have lesser ruby spellstone. I'll just play 1 elemental, 2 elementals. For 2 mana, I can get 2 random. Why would I ever play, like, you know, why would I ever draw 2 cards for 3 mana? Tag flash. That will happen in 10 years. Tops. So this is an amazing card. For doesn't matter which mage deck. Completely doesn't matter which mage deck. But as you can see, Elemental Mage is being pushed. Elemental Mage is being pushed super hardcore, and it's just amazing. Ruby Spellstone to Ruby... I don't know if a Ruby Spellstone can give you a Ruby Spellstone, but I would assume that that is possible. As the 5 mana book can give you also Ruby Spellstone, or a 5 mana book again. Well, still random cards versus cards in deck. So Greater Ruby Spellstone is random cards versus cards in deck. But here comes the thing. If the meta gets more controlly again, then actually Greater Ruby Spellstone is better because you don't draw cards, you don't go to fatigue, whereas the lesser Ruby Greater Ruby Spellstone will just put you things in hand, especially things your opponent can't count with. Because if he knows your deck, he says like, oh, this is Kazaka's mage. I have to count with boom, 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 boom. But then you suddenly have like, I don't know, a shatter in your hand. Something super stupid he might not count with. So Greater Ruby Spellstone is definitely something that goes for surprises. This card 100% can be played in Arena 2. Like you'll get 2 elementals, 4 elementals tops. So all in all, it's a super nice card. I would even put 2 in the deck. I see no downside of this card. You play 6 to 8 elementals in a deck, and there's 0 downside to this card. And it needs to be in your hand to get upgraded. Would the 2nd and 3rd level count for Mage Quest? Yes. 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 But then again, don't play this in Quest Mage. You don't need it, probably. Could still be interesting, though, for Quest Mage if you kind of want to... Okay, let me put this different. Yes, you could use it in Quest Mage. Why? Because you can actually go for Apprentice, Ruby Spellstone for 0, then go on. Because Kabbalist Tome has 1 downside, it's rotating out 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And on top of that, it costs 5 mana. So the Greater Ruby Spellstone costs 2 mana. If you play 2 of those, you have 6 spells bonus that you easily get. Good point there, Quest Mage rework. This is going to be nice for Quest Mage. Let's go. Cheerio. Quest Elemental Mage. I totally agree. I totally agree. Nice point made there, Chad. You're amazing. We have a deck save we're going to play. Next card. We're having the King Waggle. Waggle. Battle Cry. Listen, guys. It's an 8 mana 5/5, and now listen to me. Swap decks with your opponent. Give them a ransom spell to swap back. It's not even a meme card. Nah, what do you have to understand? It's not even a meme card. Why? So you swap decks with the opponent, right? That might be against combo decks really good. You could play it in a mage with a counter spell. You do know that, right? You could play this with a counter spell, but you could break a combo deck completely. But what is the crazy thing? You play King Waggle, 8 mana 5/5. Nothing unfortunate about that, right? Then you either draw cards instantly, or here it comes, you just leave it be. He pays 5 mana to get his deck back, and you don't care. Because he has to waste 5 mana. You still have an 8 mana 5/5 out. He wants his deck back, he has to waste 5 mana to go there. So all in all, It can be a stall card, it can be a breaker, it can be a tempo card to actually gain or regain tempo or stop opponent's tempo. So all in all, it's not the worst. You can play it, you can swap the deck, he'll draw one of your cards, he might King Ransom his back, you get your deck back, and then you go for it. I don't really think there's a too crazy downside on him. You get to see like what he's being used for. I heard of possibly milling the ransom card by filling your opponent's hand first so you can't ransom. Possible scenario, unlikely though. You know, if you fill the opponent's hand, I guess it would be unlikely. I mean, you can play this with how's it called again? You can play this with Counterspell, you can play this with a Mana Bind. So there are definitely things where this could work out. But all in all, I don't really like, as much as I think about funny ideas to be making this, you know? As much it's funny to make this work, there's no reason to play it. Okay, so King Togwaggle is a fun card. Yes, it will see playing constructed, but I do assume it's mostly going to be meme decks. Does the swap deck spell go to his deck or his hand? If it would go into the deck, it would be amazing. But it says give them a ransom spell to swap back. I think it's to the hand. So all in all, he can swap back next turn instantly. Mostly a meme card. Mostly a meme card, but a funny meme card. Okay, we have a Gryzlov Guardian. It's a new beast. A new beast enters the town, guys. Taunt, 8 mana. Recruit 2 minions that cost 4 or less as a death rattle. Okay, the stats are terrible. The stats are terrible. But it's a taunt card. Why is that interesting? Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, Hadronox? You know, that freaking spider that gets you your taunt minions back. So, what for 2 minions that cost 4 or less could he summon that would be amazing and save yourself? Tar Creepers, maybe. Could be an option. I mean, it's in the end, I see it as an arena card. Could be something there. So Gryzlov Guardian seems interesting, but all in all, I don't think it will work because it's too much anti-tempo to be tempo. Even if you summon or recruit 2 minions that cost 4 or less out of your deck to thin your deck to get some other cards, I don't really believe in it. Also, the downside is too big. I mean, if the dude, okay, guys, if the dude gets silenced, you're fucked. Because he has no good stats. Let's say you're playing Ragnaros the Light Lord, 8 mana, 8/8. If that thing gets silenced, you have an 8/8 minion. If Tyrion gets silenced, you have a 6/6 minion. You know what I mean? If Prophet Valen gets silenced, you have a 7/7. We're going for it, right? So all in all, the Gryzlov Guardian is not a bad card, but if he gets silenced, it's too bad. It's too bad. So I don't believe in the card. Maybe in arena, like if you have to draft it in arena, it could be funny. It saves you, it summons 2 minions from your deck, so why not? Seems like it would be useful with Nudaf for a while until Nudaf rotates out in April. So I don't really think it's long time useful. That's what I'm trying to say. In April, March, Nudaf will rotate out. So rip Death Rattle decks. Therefore, I don't believe in it. You know, all in all, yes, with the Death Rattle deck so far, it could maybe work. But then again, was Druid Death Rattle ever good? No. No. Can you use it with Play Dead? It's a Druid card, not a Hunter card. Shivery, a wonderful good day, my friend. How's life treating you? Unbird Bulldog, good to see you there. We have another legendary. It's a dragon. Ah, surprise, guys. Let's give this strong dragon mage, a dragon priest, another dragon. Temporous. 7 mana, 6/6. Your opponent takes 2 turns, then you take 2 turns. That's not bad. That's really not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's not a gamble. No, that's just pretty good. Why? Dragon Prophet Valen deck. That's it. It's not a meme card. No. Okay, what you're gonna do is you draw Prophet Valen, 3 spells that kill, plus minus Shadow Reaper and win. Clear the board, play Temporus. Your opponent takes 2 turns. You're at 30 HP, you don't die. You play Prophet. You play your mana burn. You play your hero ability. Then you get another turn. Boom, Valen win. That allows your opponent to potentially set up an OTK. Yes, but I doubt it, to be honest. Because I would only play Temporus if you're in a good position to not die. I think you can actually use it. I don't see it I don't see a downside because you have to use it smart. Obviously there's a chance to get killed. But I don't doubt it will kill you. I doubt that you cannot utilize it so you don't die. Yeah. Because you can definitely predict his next turn, and then he needs 2 turns to destroy you. I don't believe it. I think it's a good card that will work out. Definitely. Trump said the card is garbage. Well, Trump said a lot of cards are garbage in his last card review, and guess what? He was to 80% wrong. I mean, I'm not taking to me that I might be wrong too about Temporus, but I don't think it's garbage. I think you can have some good decks with it. I think you can have some good fun with it. You can even discover Temporus with Netherspite Historian, and yeah, you'd only play it when you're sure that you'd have Lisa Weth. Your opponent cannot predict when you'll drop it, so they won't be prepared. Exactly. Tripet, thank you for 27 months off support. Whoop, whoop, good morning. Love the streams and good to have you there, Tripad. A wonderful, good, beautiful day. Thank you, sir. Welcome, welcome. Against Frost Mage, that is scary with 2 turns. So listen to me, guys. Listen to me. If you're playing against a Frost Mage, you're not going to play it. If you're playing against a good old OTK Leroy Warlock, you remember OTK Leroy Warlock, you're not going to play it. So there are situations and there will be decks where Temporus is then useless. But Temporus will be in your deck a bonus win opportunity. We call it a bonus win opportunity. It won't be your only card to win the game, but it will be a card that eventually allows you to actually win the game even harder or even more, or because of that. Doomsayer would trigger after both turns. No, you play Temporus, your opponent makes 2 turns, you play Doomsayer, and your first turn, and it should trigger after the first turn. Because, wait, Doomsayer, Hearthstone, Doomsayer reads, at the start of your turn, destroy all minions. So, next turn is the start of your turn. So you could also play it to make your opponent go all in, play Doomsayer, clear the board. Doomsayer does not trigger when you take extra turn with Mage. It says extra turn, and this says you take 2 turns, so I'm not sure if there's a difference. You know what I mean? Because it's still Good Move Monday for everyone. So Doomsayer has to work, definitely. From my understanding, Doomsayer has to work. I don't know if my understanding is Blizzard's understanding because they sometimes don't make sense. You know? That's like that thing. All in all, Temporus is going to be a good card. I believe in it. Mark my words, guys. We'll see how it turns out or not. But I think it's a good card and it's going to be good fun. Boom. Then let's go for the new Paladin card, which is Benevolent, rightly pronounced, Jin. At the end of your turn, restore 3 health to your hero. What do you think? Guys, raise your hand. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me right now. It's a 3 mana 2/4 elemental. Yes, elemental paladin is a thing. But restore 2 health to upgrade. 3 health to upgrade. At the end of your turn, restore 3 health. Huh. So this card is godlike. It's a 3 mana 2/4, definitely will be played. 3 mana 2/4, always good. And it heals you for 3. It's the perfect anti-aggro card. It's the perfect it's the card Paladin needs right now. Paladin is missing 3 drops that actually keep it alive. And you play this against aggro, you get 3 heals, you could upgrade your spellstone. Dude, you start with a spellstone on turn 2 in your hand, then you play this on turn 3 after getting aggroed, and on turn 4, you could already summon a 4/4 with Taunt for 2 mana. This is all in all perfect. It's like a Farseer, only better because it's an elemental and it triggers every turn. So a Farseer all in all is good, definitely, because a Farseer also can heal minions and not only the face. But in total, the guy's an elemental, good for elemental synergy if you want to go for it. Then the dude actually synergizes with a Spellstone perfectly, and it's a 2/4 minion. 3 is easier killed than 4 actually. What happens if your health is full? I do not know how this works when your health is full. I would say that you need to restore the health. So that you actually need to restore the health. So yeah, that's that. But I'm not entirely sure, you know? Does upgrades last for the whole game? Yes, Cthulhuster. If the card gets upgraded, it gets transformed into the Pearl Spellstone. You don't have a lesser Pearl Spellstone than anymore in your hand. You will have a Pearl Spellstone in your hand. So an upgrade is permanent. It goes to a new card. That's kind of good.